Hello friends, Clage back with another PGR video today, and we are now into the Soaring Beyond for our global synchronization patch. So I want to start off with a short one today and talk about our Omniframe who gets a leap upgrade in this newest patch. That of course is Karenina Scire. She is the newest Omniframe to get a leap, and I want to talk about what that entails, if it is something you should worry about, and exactly how to utilize her new leap skills if you do decide to invest in this. So, what does Karenina's leap entail? So like all leap skills, the concept behind giving characters leaps is basically to give them notable upgrades and make them a little bit more in line with modern Omniframes. Typically, it helps smooth out their gameplay, gives them a pretty notable increase in damage, and just makes them all the more easy to kind of play and rotate in when, you know, the damage of these older characters typically does not get anywhere close to our newer units. Obviously, we have Lamia now as our main dark attacker. Karenina, even with her leap, is not going to out-damage a Lamia that is equally or even modestly close to the same investment, but the leap is a notable upgrade for this character. So if you want to leap Karenina, just like all other characters, you're going to need to go into the recycle shop and pick up her leap wafers. You will need 135 of Karenina's leap wafers total to be able to max out all three of her leap skills. You're also going to need 630 of the Aura basic units. These are the two main leap materials you need, and then you will also need basic skill points. You'll need 180 of those. If you've been playing any amount of time at this point, you probably have 180 skill points laying around. Those are not too terribly hard to get. First things first, let's just get down to the main point. Should you invest in leaping Karenina Scire? And that depends on a couple things. So, if you do not have Karenina at least double S3 to get her double S3 skill unlocked, and do not have her signature weapon, Illuminaire, I would not bother leaping her right now. Karen, even with her leap, still unfortunately does require double S3 and her ultimate weapon to be field viable. Without these things, she is just not fast enough, does not do enough damage, and you cannot justify the field time. Karenina has notably been one of our highest investment characters ever to operate at base level, and the leap does not change that, but it does smooth things out. If you are a newer player, do not prioritize getting Karenina Elite. You should be focusing on the newest and strongest characters, so if you just rolled Hanying, you'll want to be investing in her. We have Wanshu coming in a few days. He's going to be an important investment. So if you do not have Karenina already well invested, or you're a newer player, don't worry about leaping her right now. This is something you can do down the road that will be a nice boost to your account and to your dark team, but it is not make or break. Not having Karenina Elite is not going to make you unable to do dark content. So but if you do have her at double S3, you have her ultimate weapon already bought and taken care of, I would highly recommend doing this leap. It is a great quality of life improvement for how Karenina plays. It is a great quality of life improvement for Dark Team in the Warzone because it speeds up the whole process and just makes things a lot smoother. So if you're an in-game player, it's definitely worth the leap. Also of note, Karenina's leap enables her to get the new plasma beam effect. We do not actually have these effects in global yet. They are available on character pages for characters who have the new unique elemental effects, but they are not actually implemented into gameplay yet. I will go over plasma beam, electroconvergence, all the new elemental effects next patch when we start getting the content that actually utilizes the new effect system. So for the time being, don't worry about the plasma beam aspect of it, but just note that if you intend to be playing in the deep into the pool in Warzone and high-end content in the future, this leap directly enables Karenina to be part of that team, and that's going to be important, so just keep that in mind. So if you are going to leap Karen, if you have the materials to do it, she's built and you can justify doing so. She's going to have two main builds. Your everyday driver build that you'll be using for Warzone, where this leap actually matters. Outside of Warzone, this isn't going to do a lot for you except for specialized modes where Karen will see field time. Babel Tower is a decent example. But your main build is going to be her 4-piece signature set, Boon. all 4 pieces of that, and then you are going to do 2-piece Bathlon and harmonize it to 4 pieces if you can afford to harmonize her weapon. This is going to be the general set for Karen being a DPS. As for your resonances, it depends on the level and investment of your Lamia. My Lamia is triple S, so I tend to favor putting the class skill on the bottom resonance. I would rather have the extra tank shred and all that good stuff uptime. But if your Lamia is not super invested, or you don't have Lamia yet, if you're still running old Luna as your dark attacker or anything like that, then you can swap this to core passive to boost Karenina's damage back up. So if Karenina is your main dark damage dealer, I would have your bottom resonance be core passive instead of tank. Your upper resonance, just any attack 15, works totally fine. So the other set you will run if you leap Karenina and have her harmonize is you will swap out the 4-piece boon to give her a Da Vinci set. So you will swap her over to being a Da Vinci bot. You will go 4-piece Da Vinci and 4-piece Bathlon. The reason you want to do this is that this will enable Selena to swap off Da Vinci, and she can carry 2-piece Guinevere and 2-piece Einstein for her memories instead. This is basically the setup you'll want to use if you are doing Pain Cage, where Lamia is the on-field character doing all the damage. So, but for the actual leap using Karen in action, this is the set you'll want to have ready to go. 4-piece Boon, 4-piece Bathlon. Very, very simple, very easy to do. So those will be your 2 main builds going forward. If you can't afford to harmonize Karenina just yet, that's fine. Just do the same builds and then harmonize when you can. She is absolutely worth harmonizing. Pretty much every tank is, because of the sheer amount of benefits they get from having the extra 4-piece set, or sometimes an extra 2-piece set. But those will be your main builds for the leaped Karenina. So what does her actual leap look like in action? So let's go in and show you what changes and how she actually functions now with her leap. This makes her much, much, much simpler to play. Her rotation is way shorter. And if you're like me and your hands get tired after a while, you don't have to mash anymore. There is no more mashing spin to win, which is a great quality of life. So let me get this off the screen here. So normally when you would play Karen, you would bring her in and you would want to trigger Matrix to organize the orbs and then go into her charge mechanic. Now you just bring her in. You hold basic attack to go into the charge. As soon as you go up, hold basic attack again. If you have any 3 pings, ping them, hit ult. That's it. That's the entire rotation now with this character. Her leap simplifies this so much it's not even funny. So let me back out one more time just so you can see it in motion. But very, very, very simple. This is about as brain dead as it gets for an on-field rotation, which makes this leap very nice. It is nigh impossible for you to mess up this rotation. So once again, bring Karenina in, hold basic attack. As soon as we leap, hold basic attack again. Ping any orbs to get to your ult. Ult. And then you can swap into Lamia, do Lamia things. That's it. That's the entire thing. There's your leap in a nutshell. Again, if you are heavily invested in your Karenina, you have her set up, I highly recommend getting this leap. It will improve Warzone output very notably for this team. If you've seen my Warzone runs, I have typically been running Lamia solo just because Karenina feels so clunky to play in her old format, and spin to win takes so much time to get through a rotation. So this is a big, big buff in that aspect. And again, if you are going to be an in-game player at some point and you're going to be using the new effect systems that will come in the Shaper's Ripples patch, also worth the investment there for obvious reasons. So that pretty much covers it. It's a very basic leap, but it's a very good one. Her damage does get a lot better. She feels infinitely better to play, and again, if you can afford it, you have her invested, I highly recommend doing this. Again, for all you newer players who are slowly building up your account with the global synchronization plan, this is very much something you can put off. You do not need to do this ASAP. Don't worry about getting this done. Focus on your newer characters, the heavy hitters, your newest attackers and tanks, and all that good stuff. So that's going to do it for this one. If you have any questions about Karen's leap or builds or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments. As always, if you want to like, sub, share this stuff with your other PGR friends, that's always really appreciated. But I will have more guides and stuff coming this week. I'm working on the Hanying guide right now. Pretty comfortable with how she plays, so we should be able to have that out. Hopefully, I'm shooting for like middle of the week to have her guide out. Then Wanshi will be launching this week, so I will be working on him, get a guide out for him, and I will have plenty of other content coming for the Soaring Beyond. So hopefully y'all are doing good. Hopefully your polls went well if you polled for Hanying. And let me know if you're going to be leaping Karenina or not, or if you even have Karenina. One more thing I should note before I get out of here that I completely forgot to mention. If you do not have Karenina at SS3, it is important to note that now, she is available in the voucher shop. She's our newest character in the voucher shop, so you can get discounted shards for her every single month. If you are a Battle Pass purchaser, she also is available from the new shards we get from the Battle Pass. So, if you don't have her fully invested and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't leap her, you can actually get her up to SS3 or even SS for free. You can do that as a free-to-play player. So, in theory, all you truly need for the investment will be to get her 6-star signature weapon. So, I definitely recommend spending vouchers and Battle Pass shards on her if you can. Obviously, if you are working on one of your amplifiers or getting them to SS, that can take priority over Karenina, depending on your account situation. Use your best judgment. But the fact that we can get this character to SS3 or even SS for free is a big, big boost. That's very, very good for everyone. So just keep that in mind. All right, that's going to do it for real this time. I will see you all soon for the Hanying guide and other PGR content. Till then, y'all stay safe, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.